You don't need to actually do things with the hope that you're going to get anything in return.
Like one of my philosophies that I love to live by is to always be of value, to constantly be giving and sharing the things that you accumulate in your life that can benefit others, because then people see you as a resource of knowledge, as a resource to gravitate towards, to maybe laugh, to cry with joy. Like when you are sharing, you are attractive, because the only way people can find you is by putting something that means and that is of value to them out there into the world.
100%. You need to give, 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 give before you even consider taking. And if you put yourself in that position in every single area of your life, whether that's business, whether that is relationships with others, right? If you're giving more than you're receiving, people will naturally like you because they see the benefit of having you around. And one of the things that is important to mention is you should give unconditionally. A lot of people, they're like, I will do I will do good stuff just so good stuff happen to me, right? And that's actually like it's almost like one of those videos on YouTube where people go and they're like, now I will help this homeless person, I will give them money, and then they record it. And it's like, yeah, but like, why couldn't you just go and give them the money, right? So you don't need to actually do things with the hope that you're going to get anything in return. When you do things unconditionally is when you actually get showered with real compliments, real kindness around you. And the same goes for business. If you're like, people are like, oh, what if I'm giving too much value, what if I'm providing too much knowledge? Well, guess what, you have two options. And it's like, you share all the secrets and people know you as like the most incredible experts, the ambassador of your industry. And people are like, I trust this guy because the things that he's sharing are so unbelievable, so incredible, right? Oh, you have option number two. You stay quiet, you don't attract anyone because no one even believes that you are an authority in the first place, and your business never grows. And so I choose number one, right? I choose like giving. And instead of just asking people, just come by, just come by. And when we launched those ads, we're just asking people to buy. We weren't telling them what is in it for them. And I want you to speak briefly about that, Robert, about the concept of like what is in it for people.
Mm. Yeah, well, I mean, it's really important to understand that as as a human being, the very first thing when we are approached with any kind of message, especially from someone else, that they are asking themselves, like they are asking, "What is in it for me?" We want to know what benefit there is to us, because naturally we are selfish, and so we are the center of our own universe, because everything we do in life and everything that other people do in our life affects us. Okay. Our life is at stake. And so, as an individual, when somebody says, hey, like, you got to buy this from me, we're immediately like, does this benefit me? What am I going to get from it? How much does it cost me? Is it worth it? All these things come rushing through our mind. And so immediately, especially as an individual, when you are putting anything out into the world, if you are, putting yourself in front of others, you need to always be thinking with other people in mind. And so it's a very interesting kind of scenario where, as a innately selfish human being, you need to become selfless and to always put yourself in the position of other people. And so it's a it's a difficult shift to do in the beginning, and it's so easy to be wrapped up in our own world and to always think about us, as I said, like about like sharing. And it's like, we're so susceptible to like keeping all the knowledge for ourselves, because we're thinking about ourselves and we're like, oh my god, this is going to benefit me, this is the best information ever. But it's when you put that out and you put that knowledge into practice that people then start once again to gravitate from for towards you, because you are giving relentlessly value. And so the people on the other side, the people who you're interacting with, the people who you want to attract, they know what's in it for them.
Mhm.
Humongous amounts of value.
Yeah. And this is why, we encourage so many people when they start in business that the first thing that you need to do is focus on other people's desires. Don't focus on what you think is great. Too many people, when they're building something, they focus on like what I think is great. Well, what I think is great is not doesn't even matter too much. Okay, because that is just one my opinion, and I'm always so biased because it's my product, it's my company, and I think that everything that we create is fantastic, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't have created it in the first place. But if you start from the position of a consumer, and if you position yourself as like the person who will be buying your offer, who will be buying the who you are, okay, and everything that you bring to the table, then you start thinking about like, okay, what are the desires that those people have? Like, what is something that absolutely every person could benefit from by speaking with you? For
Mm,
example, what is something that absolutely every single consumer would benefit from if they started working with you? And you need to start answering those questions, right? Like, in fact, I encourage you right now to click the polls, and if unless you're driving, unless you are walking, right, to just grab a paper and write down, okay, what is something that absolutely every single one of my customers would love, would like absolutely desire, and they would immediately buy. And the same with your relationships. What is something that you provide that is extremely valuable that no other person does? Think about it. Write it down, and you'll be surprised at like what things come up.